Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Raquel, aka Nurse Rocky, here on YouTube. And today, y'all, I have a story that I need to, I just been waiting to get this story off my chest, so I cannot wait to share this with you guys. And if you are interested in hearing about the worst travel assignment of my entire career, then keep watching. But first, hit that subscribe button and that pretty little bell right next to it. It really helps my channel and it helps you to stay up to date with all the videos that I'll be posting. So smash that subscribe button. This is kind of going to be a long story, so grab your favorite snack and come on back and let's chat. So this is what happened, and it was so crazy, and I'm gonna show you guys a lot of footage from the actual experience because I thought I was gonna capture like the best experience of my life. I was like vlogging and trying to get as much footage as possible for me to compile like this huge memorable video, right? Anyway, so I guess lucky for you guys because you guys get a little inside scoop as I'm telling you the story. A couple videos ago, I told you guys about my fast action job assignment in San Diego, California. That's not where the story begins, but this is the reason why I had to take a fast action job, because y'all, your girl got kicked off an assignment, got kicked off an entire island. Okay? Wild. This was also, so I had the opportunity to go overseas to an island. I'm not even gonna name a bunch of names, even though I'm kind of in the clear legally, whatever. I'm just not gonna be that messy. But I got an opportunity to go overseas to an island for a crisis response job, and it really wasn't even like a crisis response job because they didn't have many cases of COVID. They had just built a new hospital on the major island, and they were just trying to build it up and prevent COVID from spreading there, and just really, you know, it was more of a prevention kind of thing, but we were going on crisis and getting crisis pay. Okay. So there was two different groups. There was two islands that they were staffing. 85 nurses went towards the biggest island and 15 to a smaller island. And I originally applied to go to the smaller island, but I didn't get it, and because obviously there was only 15 positions, and I ended up getting assigned to the bigger one. Lucky me. So it was a fast moving job. I had to meet in Miami. That's where all the nurses were meeting. We stayed in a hotel for a couple days and just kind of gather ourselves. We didn't even really know what we were doing. The assignment itself was kind of poorly managed. And this is where I'm going to talk about the organization that kind of spearheaded this whole thing. They gave us a project manager who wasn't even a nurse, and it was really chill on everything. And I think that contributed to kind of how this whole thing fell apart. But anyway, so we got there. We didn't really have much information. We just knew we were in Miami. We just knew that we were going to an island to work, and we just knew that it was going to be a good time. My perspective of the whole thing was just I don't care. My schedule was free. I didn't have any obligations. I was just I'm gonna ride this assignment till the wheels fall off. They had guaranteed 4 weeks and said that you can extend or whatever the possibility came up. So I was just wide open. So we're in Miami. We don't know what the heck is going on, but people are getting way too comfortable. Okay, this is where the story begins. We get way too comfortable chilling. Now, mind you, I'm just gonna disclaim the whole story because I was minding my business the whole time, and y'all can see I'm just randomly recording stuff, trying to catch footage for you guys. Okay, friends, so we are going to try and learn some words in the native tongue of Curacao. Now, I looked online, and one of the major languages spoken on Curacao is Papiamento. So I'm in my room doing random stuff, learning Papiamento, and just vlogging random stuff, watching Insecure and starting Hulu shows. But y'all, during this period of time where we don't really know what we're doing, nurses are downstairs in the hotel lobby, in the pool area, drinking, not wearing masks, just kind of having a disregard for the COVID crisis itself. Now, in the States, obviously, this is in the heat of it all, okay? And so people really weren't being mindful of that. Now, granted, yes, we are working together and things like that. But at this point, none of us had been tested, and it was just the culture of the group was too party vibe. Like, it was too much of a party vibe. And I'm down for a good time. I can get down socially, but I also, when I'm going to do a job, it's kind of different. Like, you have to be professional and you can still have fun, if that makes sense. So anyways, drinking begins, the super chill begins, and we're just waiting. Finally, we get tested. And the plan is for us to fly out the following day. And that gets pushed back. We're just waiting for results, so it gets pushed back because they didn't come in. Then finally, the day that we're supposed to fly out comes, and y'all, we had one job. And that was to test everybody and make sure we were all negative before we got on the plane and got to the islands. The day came, we're at the airport, and I'm kind of looking around like, so I ran into one of my girlfriends who I actually traveled with in Alabama before this whole thing, and we didn't even know each other were going to be here. So that was really cool. Like, that was probably one of the best parts of the trip, was being able to share this experience with her too and not just be frustrated and alone. But anyways, so we're looking at each other like, girl, they didn't tell us our results. So we asked the project manager, and he's just like, oh, the results are like 60% in. Just go ahead and board the plane. The results will be in. We land on the island, and y'all, we found out that, I guess when the phones come back on, when service is back in play, we find out that one of the people on the trip was COVID positive. So it's just like, okay, we had one job. How did we fail that? Like, how did we fail this? And it was just a mess. The person who had it knew they had it, but had quarantined. They had come from New York. Like I told y'all, this is in the heat of COVID in the US. And so I guess they hadn't gotten retested. I don't know what the situation, I don't think there was malice from that person specifically, but hello, this put everybody else's experience at risk. Okay. So number one, that's on that person. Number two, that's on the organization that spearheaded this whole thing, because they couldn't have just waited a couple more hours until all the results came in. Like, we literally could have been at the airport or at the hotel and just waited we were on a charter flight. That means it's our time. Like, we are in control of kind of like when this leaves. It's not Southwest Airlines, okay? We run this. And so moral of that is, find an agency, find an organization that cares more about you than the money, because obviously they didn't want to spend the extra money to hold the flight in order for all the results to come in. It was a higher up administrative decision to board the plane, even though I do kind of fault the project managers too. But the organization, the person, both of them are responsible. Both of them were trifling, and both of them contributed to this trickle effect of a hot mess. So we're at the airport in the major island, and so we have to get off. The 85 of us have to get off, and then the 15 were going to fly to their respective island. We were informed that as soon as we got off the plane, we were supposed to quarantine in the accommodations that the island and the Dutch government had provided for us. So I'm just like, I'm getting paid. I'm on an island. I ain't gotta do no work. I was cool. I was 100% cool with the 14-day quarantine. I was about to get my life together, lose some weight, journal, like meditate. Like, I was about to get my entire life, let me tell you. And I even did an IG live. So if you're not following me on Instagram, like, you probably missed that whole experience. I did a live on my Instagram while I was there. But yeah, so a couple days in, well, let me fast forward a little bit, because as soon as we got to the hotels, so the island that I was on, They put us up into like boutique hotels. The island was so beautiful, so colorful, but the accommodations that they gave us were like little boutique hotels. So it wasn't like a major resort, a beach resort, or anything like Sandals or anything like that. And that's what most of these nurses were expecting. I'm telling y'all. Most of the group was expecting this to be some super cushy vacation-y assignment. And so when we got there, so many people were like complaining. They were complaining about their hotels, about their rooms, about the quality of the accommodations, about the food, about everything, like everything. And that is entitled Americans for you. And it was just so embarrassing to even be a part of the group that was doing that. But anyways, one bad apple spoils the whole bunch. So all of this is going on, all this bickering and complaining. Meanwhile, people are ordering alcohol. People are asking for access to the pools and congregating again, just like they were doing in Miami. So the locals are like, hold on, we heard y'all brought somebody with COVID. Like, what are y'all doing? So the locals were outraged. People yelling in the streets, like, what are they doing here? They brought this. It's on the news in the island that we effed up. It is just becoming such a hot mess. So not only is this going on, nobody in the group is even being like mindful of the fact that like we need to be walking on eggshells. Instead, they're complaining, oh, this isn't what I expected, and the food isn't gluten-free, and this, like, I kid you not, I couldn't even make this up if I wanted to. Like, people were complaining that food wasn't gluten-free. There was a vegan girl that was there that was complaining. I'm like, y'all, if you had some special things, like you should have brought some snacks that were suitable for you. Okay? Anyway, so that's all going on at the same time. And things got stricter and tighter because obviously we're under hot water. People were still kind of like not abiding by the rules and complaining, but things started to die down a couple days in. And then there was a girl who was in our group, and she started tweaking, y'all. She started tweaking off something. We don't know what she took. I don't know if it was from alcohol, from a drug, from anything. We don't know. All I know was that we were supposed to give her, like, we had to have somebody with her. We started giving her beer so she could function. And the hospital, like, not the hospital, one of the doctors one of the Dutch doctors and some officials in the area came and assessed the situation, and they were like, yo, y'all got to go. Y'all got to get up out of here because y'all aren't serious. Like, it was just hot mess on hot mess on hot mess. Like, it was just, y'all, they just told us that we have to pack up our bags and get ready to go back to the United States. They're canceling us. So we got the boot. we got the whole boot. And this isn't even where the story ends. So we're like, I'm packing up my stuff. When we get back to Miami, everybody is just irate, right? Because not only did this organization put us at risk by not waiting, but the people in the group really, mess things up for us. So we're just angry, but we get to go back to Miami. And what's told to us is that we get to go back to Miami, and some of us can be retested in order to redeploy. Now, mind you, while all of this is going on, this smaller island group, they're living their best life. I don't know how they didn't get in trouble. I think just because they were under the 14-day quarantine and didn't have any issues, the Dutch government was like, they're fine. We had the 14-day quarantine, plus the complaining, plus the withdrawing girl, plus the disregarding of the rules. So we are like the ones that got in like super trouble while they were fine. So we're all on the plane, both islands. And this smaller island obviously is upset because they think that this whole group just effed up everything for them. And one of the nurses from this small island had gotten on Facebook and was just running her mouth. And so pretty much she got kicked out because it was just like anybody who posted this publicly, they violated and they out. So I'm sitting here on the plane like scheming, like,
hey y'all, it's your girl, Young Rock. So I haven't caused any problems. Can I just take her spot?
Apparently I didn't know the right people because I did not get in that group. But the whole time I'm just wishing, hoping, and praying that I could like just transfer into that smaller island group and go back, because I did not want to redeploy. I wanted to redeploy and I was down to stay into Miami until we got that option, that green light. But I did not want to redeploy with that group. I was like, they're gonna mess this up again. Like, I was like, please get me out of here. I don't know them. I don't want to be with them. It was just a mess. So we're back in Miami, waiting to get retested. I think it was like maybe a day lapsed, a day and a half or two. And y'all, the cycle began again, like an episode of The Real World. We didn't know the time frame, so people were like, well, we don't know what we're doing. Let's go ahead and like party it up. People were in the lobby, wilding out, in individual rooms, running down the halls of the hotel, drunk, loud, partying. Had another group smoking weed. I'm walking to get snacks and come down the hall to my room hearing sex sounds in a couple rooms. I'm like, what in the actual hell is going on here? Like, I kid y'all not. This was just unbelievable. And it blew my mind because this is a group of ICU nurses. This is a group of professionals. This is a group of doctors, nurse practitioners. And like, it blew my mind. It just blew my mind. Like, this was just a mess. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to live my best. Okay? I'm just trying to lose some weight. I'm just trying to vlog. I'm just trying to do whatever random stuff that I can do. Just so I can go do my job, make my money, enjoy myself, and then go home and really like pocket this experience as one of the coolest assignments I've been on. Instead, I got robbed. I got robbed of this experience. And I keep trying to tell myself that, like, okay, maybe God blocked something that was going to happen there. Like, maybe God blocked it. Like, maybe we just didn't need to be over there. Y'all, tell me why when we're waiting in Miami to get redeployed the second time, they're already bringing in a second crew to replace us. So I'm like, okay, God, so you're going to have the second crew go ahead in and enjoy the blessings that were supposed to be mine. I was very upset for numerous reasons. Okay, very upset. But yeah, so they said that they were going to retest us and redeploy us, but since the whole thing happened again, since everybody was wilding out a second time, hotel management was like, y'all got to get the heck on. Y'all got to go. And it kept climbing up the ladder of authority and got to all the decision makers. And they were like, this entire group cannot redeploy. And not only can they not redeploy, but they cannot reapply within the next like 30 days or whatever it was. So we couldn't even like pretend like we were somebody else or like just try and hop on into the second group that was coming in to replace us. No, we were not allowed. Okay. So me and my homegirl, we literally, this was during the time that Hilton was offering like free hotel rooms. So we literally found the most luxurious, like the bombest hotel in downtown Miami and stayed there for a few days. Got all the room service, watched all the movies, the HBO movies, watched all the HBO movies and really tried to regroup. Like literally we were applying to so many jobs, calling so many agencies and doing so many different things to like get another job to replace this one because like it was over. It was done. So yeah, I ended up finding the San Diego job and went from there. Like it was really quick. I had to move very quickly. But I did enjoy San Diego and had a lot of positive experiences there. So, when one door closes, another door does open, especially in the travel world. I mean, there's so many opportunities, period. And then during COVID, it was just like, there was a lot out there. So I'm grateful nonetheless that I could say I at least went to the island. I didn't get the opportunity to work there, but I did see the island and it was beautiful. And Yeah, I don't even know what to make of that. But y'all, that was the craziest experience that I had. That was the craziest experience that I've ever had. That's the story. I'm sticking to it. I'm trying to move on. I'm trying to heal. But that was my story. Thank you guys for getting to the if you made it to the end of this video and you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. You rocked with me this whole time. Anyways, thank you for rocking with Nurse Rocky, and I will see you guys in my next video.